Who gives this woman in marriage?
Her mother and I do.
Please be seated. Welcome, everyone. We're gathered here today on this beautiful summer evening to witness and celebrate the union of Cory Charles Chamberlain and Elizabeth Campbell Cornish in marriage. In the years they've been together, their love and understanding of each other has grown and matured. And now they've decided to live their lives together as husband and wife. On a technical note, per her request, Elizabeth Campbell Cornish will be referred to for the remainder of the ceremony as Tizzy. Cory will continue to be called Cory. Cory and Tizzy would like to thank you all for being here today and for supporting them through everything that it has taken to make this day possible. They know that many of you have made great efforts and traveled long distances in order to be here, and they appreciate it from the bottom of their hearts. You are the most important people in their lives, and they feel deeply grateful to be able to share this joyous occasion with you. We will begin with today's readings.
My beloved spoke and said to me, Rise up, my love, my fair one, and come away. For lo, the winter is past, the rain is over and gone, the flowers appear on the earth, the time of singing has come. And the voice of the turtle dove is heard in our land. The fig tree puts forth her green figs, and the vines with the tender grapes give a good smell. Rise up, my love, my fair one, and come away.
You were born together, and together you shall be forevermore. You shall be together when the white wings of death scatter your days. You shall be together even in the silent memory of God. But let there be spaces in your togetherness, and let the winds of the heavens dance between you. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. Fill each other's cup, but drink not from one cup. Give another of your bread, but eat not from the same loaf. Sing and dance together, and be joyous, but let each of you be alone, even as the strings of a lute are alone, though they quiver with the same music. Give your hearts, but not into each other's keeping, for only the hand of life can contain your hearts. And stand together, yet not too near together, for the pillars of the temple stand apart, and the oak tree and the cypress grow not in each other's shadow. Remember that love gives nothing but from itself. Love possesses not, nor would it be possessed, for love is sufficient unto love. And think not that you can direct the course of love, for love, if it finds you worthy, will direct your course.
On August 1st of last year, right around sunset, on the opposite bank of the Secundit River from where they stand right now, Cory walks Tizzy down to the beach in front of our family's house. After a flustered moment of hesitation, trying to choose the perfect spot on the shore in which to do it, Cory took what must have been a very uncomfortable knee on the jagged rocky beach, presented Tizzy with a shiny rock of her own, and asked for her hand in marriage. As we all know, Tizzy enthusiastically accepted. It's also worth noting that at that moment, they were both dressed almost identically in matching red shirts and khaki pants. Now, they claim it was just a coincidence, but I'm not so sure about that one. But I'd like to rewind to 24 hours before that proposal. Cory and I were out jogging together before dinner. And at a certain point, Cory slowed way down to my speed. You see, he was a track and field star in his youth, and I wasn't. And when we were next to each other, he turned to me and he said, "So, I'm planning to propose to Tizzy this weekend." And of course, I was unbelievably excited for the both of them. But right after that, he told me, he swore me to secrecy. And believe me, keeping that secret from the rest of my family for an entire day took every ounce of my self-control. But it was what he said next that really got me thinking. He said, "Tizzy just makes me so happy. But beyond that, her warm and nurturing presence in my life encourages me to want to be a better man." And he went on to say that he credited that presence with emboldening him to be more proactive with his career, to apply to business school, and in countless other large and small ways. And finally, he said, "And I'm pretty sure that I think I make Tizzy kind of happy too." Now, first of all, I was certainly moved by Cory's eloquence and by his candor in sharing those feelings with me. But I wasn't at all surprised about what he was saying about Tizzy. Tizzy has always had a special ability to put people at ease, to make them feel appreciated. It's said about some people that they seem to make friends wherever they go. Well, in Tizzy's case, it's more like she makes family wherever she goes. I can't tell you how many times I've been told by her friends and by her friends' parents that it just feels like Tizzy is a part of their family. My guess is that many of you here today know that feeling as well. So in truth, Tizzy's ability to make Cory feel strong and nurtured is really just a natural extension of who she is with everyone in her life, writ large by the fact that Cory is the person she loves most in this world. And secondly, I can safely say that Cory's comment that he's pretty sure that he kind of makes Tizzy happy is one of the biggest understatements that I've ever heard. You see, those of us who know Tizzy well know that beneath that headstrong and fun-loving persona lies a very, very delicate heart. A heart that can be easily hurt, especially by those she holds most dear. And simply stated, there is no one I know who can tend to that delicate heart the way Cory does. He's so thoughtful and attentive to the needs and feelings of those around him that, frankly, I was caught a little off guard the first time I met him. We've joked about it since, but I remember finding myself thinking at the time, wow, he is so nice. What's his angle? But I soon realized that there wasn't an angle. There is just his tremendous generosity of spirit. And in his relationship with Tizzy, that generosity is magnified many times over. So as much as Tizzy's presence in Cory's life has encouraged him to be a better man, as he described to me last year, it has been such a pleasure to observe how Cory's kind and steady presence in Tizzy's life during the last 3 years has provided her delicate heart with the safe space to grow stronger. And that strength has infused her already rich life with a newfound joy that I think is apparent to everyone who knows her. So now you see my dilemma here. This is supposed to be a homily. Homily implies that I have some sort of advice to impart to Tizzy and Cory. Of course, that presupposes that I have any business giving advice to anyone. The jury's still out on that one. But the biggest problem for me here is that, as I see it, Tizzy and Cory have such a strong, loving foundation to build upon as they go forward as husband and wife, that there just isn't much left to say. I mean, I guess I could just say, keep up the good work, guys. But I'll at least try to do a little bit better than that. Cory and Tizzy, as you continue on together as husband and wife, along with the many joys that I'm sure you will experience, there will inevitably be stressful events that come up. Some of them will certainly be more challenging and more intense than the two of you have experienced together thus far. During those times, when we're overwhelmed, we tend to tighten up and do one of two things: either push our loved ones away or cling to them too tightly. Both of those very natural reactions constrain the special bond that you two have with each other. I suggest that at those times, you try to remember that warm presence that you both provide so well to each other. And trust that even if you can't feel it at the time, it's still there. Let go of the reins. Accept that difficult moment as it is, and take each other in fully. And you will begin to feel that presence return. Because in reality, it was never actually gone. You just momentarily lost sight of it. I wish you both a long and happy life together. Now, if you guys can turn out to face your guests. This begins the audience participation portion of the ceremony. As their closest friends and family, your presence at Cory and Tizzy's wedding today is a reflection of your support for their union. Now, when I ask you the following question, you will hopefully respond with a resounding, "We will." Will you, who are present, do all that is in your power to uphold the promises they make here today?
We will.
Resounding. Tizzy, Cory, please turn back to me. Cory, will you have this woman to be your wife?
I will.
Tizzy, will you have this man to be your husband?
I will.
Cory, please take Tizzy's hands and repeat after me. I take you, Tizzy,
I take you, Tizzy,
to be my wife,
to be my wife,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better or for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer or poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and cherish,
to love and to cherish,
for as long as we both shall live.
for as long as we both shall live.
Tizzy, please repeat after me. I, Tizzy, take you, Cory,
I, Tizzy, take you, Cory,
to be my husband,
to be my husband,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better and for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer and poorer,
for richer and poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
for as long as we both shall live.
for as long as we both shall live.
May I have the rings? The ring is a symbol of the unbroken circle of love. Unconditional love has no beginning and no end. It has no giver and no receiver. For each is the giver and each the receiver. May your rings always call to mind the freedom and the power of this love. Cory, please place this ring on Tizzy's finger and repeat after me. With this ring I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
Tizzy, place that ring on Cory's finger. Repeat after me. With this ring I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
By the power vested in me by UnitedLifeChurch.org, in the state of Rhode Island, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. We conclude with a blessing entitled The Way. The way is long. Let us go together. The way is difficult. Let us help each other. The way is joyful. Let us share it. The way is ours alone. Let us go in love. The way grows before us. Let us begin. Cool.